Hi, once again. This is Brother Teacher. Today's subject is one that um, I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while. I may have alluded to this subject before in videos time past, but I just want to address what I consider an issue in my own viewpoint, and that is the standards of no standards. Real, true standards of a human being, of an individual, is when you stand firmly on a foundation of belief and or truth. Something that makes for a homogeneous type of environment for all involved, where everyone, for the most part, respects one another's space, everyone respects one another, and there is no prejudice. Unfortunately, that's not the world we're in because there is prejudice. There are no biases. There are biases also in the world in which we live. There's no hatred, and that does exist as well. But in a perfect world, we would have standards and principles and concepts where that we could all live together as close in harmony and peace as possible. What I'm getting at in this particular video is the subject of women exposing themselves in public. And the public or society doesn't seem to have a problem with it, especially in the area in which they reside. More specifically, in the state of Florida, we all know that the weather is consistently warm or hot in Florida. We know that there's ocean water there. People attend and go to the beach. People wear bikinis, bathing suits, shorts, and tank tops, and men go around with no shirts on because of the weather. That's conducive for that environment. But how far should you go if you're a woman in terms of your attire when you're out on the beach or on the boat, on the water? That's the basis of this video. Women who wear little to nothing when they're out in the elements. Now, I've watched some videos on YouTube. I've watched television and I've seen the same. When you are in different states, it seems as though they have different standards, if you want to call it that, rules and or procedures. For example, in some states, many states, you have to be of the age of 18 to get married. Some states you can get married at 16. Why is that? Just using that as an example. Now, in Florida, women walk around with bikinis on, not to mention that the tops are low cut, but when we get to the bottom part, the panties of the bikini, they're wearing micro bikinis, string bikinis, thong type bikinis, and their gluteus maximus is exposed, completely exposed in many of those outfits. Why is this okay? Why is it okay with the so-called government, local? Why is it okay with society? Is it because of the environment in which they are in? Because those same women, if they were to wear those same bikinis and bikini bottoms in other states, they would be arrested for indecent exposure. Now, if it were me and one of my daughters walked around with bikini panties on and I could see her cheeks, flesh exposed for everyone to see, I'm not going to take that well at all. Not to mention if it were my wife. That's never going to happen either. Can we say possibly divorce? Anyway, But these women belong to some father and mother. I don't know what they think about how they're dressing. Maybe they live in the same state, same city of the state, or what have you, and it's okay because that's what people are doing. But I have a problem with that. Now, in my mind, I would think that any woman would want to be covered. When you get beneath her navel, I don't see why a woman would want to expose her behind for the public or the world to see, especially when you're doing videos online. Why? Short of pornography, you know? So when you're wearing a top, a bra, ladies, or you're wearing a bikini top, and your cleavage is so far down and your breast is almost popping out of the top, something's wrong with that in a modern day society, especially one that should have standards. And especially when you get to the panty part of the bikini, the bottoms. If your bikini is so thin, I can see your pubic hair, or almost see where your pubic hair would have been if you shaved down there. Something is wrong. And if I can see your behind exposed and the rear part of the material that your bikini bottoms are made of is in between your behind crack, something is wrong. I don't care if it's been going on for 50 or 100 years. I don't care if the times have changed. Who are the times? Are the times people? Or are the times based on what people think and what they believe and what they accept? What about what the Creator has established as rules, as laws? Are you supposed to be exposed walking around for men to gawk at you, and in some instances even other women? And should you be exposing children to that type of behavior and that wardrobe, so to speak? Because all you're really doing is saying it's okay to do this, little girls. So when you become a teenager or 17 to 18 years old, sky's the limit. You can wear this as well, because I'm your example, the adult wearing this, ladies. I don't see it. I see a problem with it. When a woman walks around scantily clad, not leaving anything to anybody's or any man's imagination about what they're wearing, and almost naked, that's wrong. It's just wrong. Now, if you agree with this, please share that viewpoint in the comment section below. And if you disagree, please do the same. But there has to come a time when we have certain standards for our communities and for the world in which we live, despite what the norm or the so-called norm is. I'm just a commentator. I'm giving you my viewpoint. Let me know, let us know what your viewpoint is. This is Brother Teacher. I'll see you in the next video. So long.